Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Chornyy. I'm Chief Executive Officer of Webproma Agency and Chief Executive Officer of Webproma Experts. Today, we will talk about how to start your digital marketing career. And today, we will discuss why to be a CRO specialist, why to learn more about conversion rate optimization, and so on. As you know, we have really great courses in digital marketing on Udemy. We have 8 courses: digital marketing, social media, Facebook marketing, search engine optimization, Google Analytics. And now we have 10 courses in production. One of such courses, it will be course about conversion rate optimization, how to grow conversion for your businesses. And we create this course in partnership with such great services, Clarity. Clarity has a lot of great functionality, such as heat maps. You can learn more about your customers, how they interact with your website, etc. And Andrew is the founder and co-owner of Clarity, and he will present today's webinar. I will moderate, I will ask some questions to Andrew. And if you have any questions, if you want to learn more about Clarity, about conversion rate optimization, what are the main benefits to be a CRO specialist, don't hesitate to write these questions in chat, and I'll ask them to Andrew. I want to remind you that we start our digital marketing strategy course. You can find it on skillsbooster.net. We just launched this course. There are some few things we need to add here, but at the same time, if you want to get the full digital marketing recap about how to start your digital marketing strategy, how to increase your sales, increase your return on investment, don't hesitate to visit skillsbooster.net, find more ideas about digital marketing, enroll in course, and see you there. So Andrew, hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you.
Are you ready to start?
Yes, of course.
Great, you can share your presentation and
yes.
We are online.
One moment. And slideshow. Okay, see you my display?
Yeah, great,
yeah.
You are on air.
Cool. Thank you for your intro about me. And today I will share with you and exactly what you need to go and to be a cool conversion rate expert, maybe before specialist. I will show you and interesting usability examples. Of course, you leave some comments, question. I will be, of course, answer at the end. I love this picture because shows it's not possible to become a CRO specialist right away. Before you need to lot of learn and get practice, and of course practice. This is exactly the parallel with an athlete who trained before going to run and this marathon. Okay, about the digital marketing channel. Of course, you need to understanding. It is important to understanding how traffic is coming to your site and to which what difference between this audience who come your landing pages. Therefore, I would recommend first to understand the channel of SEO traffic, because I think about a lot of traffic going to your website from SEO campaign. In this fact, the target audience very correctly depending on the traffic channels. As a result, you need metric in analytics correctly distinguish what is good and what is bad. Going to data analysis, before you've maybe install tracking code, for example, Google Analytics, and I will be best to focus on the key metrics that need to, say, analyze it. Remember that each site or niche will have different metrics. With the right distribution and segmentation, you can detect certain anomalies, but a more accurate analysis for user behavior. This is based, for example, bounce rate based before analyzing and deeper analyzing, for example, heat map and video session. The main metrics begin which gives you and basis for analysis. I have told a few seconds ago for the bounce rate and the, for example, the higher the bounce rate, the lower the another metrics, for example, page view and time on the site. In addition, for more in-depth analysis, you need to separate desktop and mobile devices because it's most cases user behavior, of course, different and the elements are different. Going to for example, of bounce rate, is I show you some example different pages, home pages, categories, articles, and one pages, for example, landing page. I think bounce rate is a bit maybe blurry. Why? Because Google Analytics in universal version, Google Analytics records 0% if the user goes to another page. If the user was still on the one page and during the session for 30 minutes did a lot of action, for example, click it on the slider, scroll it, and doing everything on this page, and didn't go to the next page of the site, you will see 100% in the Google Analytics report. How to understanding this metric? For example, if next some pages of different niches may have 45% bounce rate, but for one site it's a good, and for another site isn't nice. Yes, the less bounce rate is a better. The average bounce rate is maybe tricks. The bounce rate is for 0% of the site is not possible, or very rare. In the most cases, maybe someone added Google Analytics to the site twice. This you find duplicate bounce rate. And going to for some example, how today there are so many sites use JS frameworks such as Angular, and in these cases, understanding and analyze of the bounce rate is very complex. Therefore, you will need to make additional settings for a trigger in Google Tag Manager. For example, using Google Analytics Universal. Let's look at an example of online store next, and call it next. And I open this category, men's clothing, and I show you this URL and URL in the network. Okay, and after I've choose this filter in the brand, this URL in browser tab, yes, change it, and the URL in the network has no change. And this is information in Google Analytics report. Bounce rate metric will be 100%. What I mean this blurry. Here in this bounce rate, but in Google Analytics 4 version, It's more event and action oriented than universal analytics. With this new way of tracking, it doesn't make much sense to have a metrics describing and interactive on the site, which is why Google Analytics 4 replaces bounce rate. It's a new metric, engagement rate. And before I show you this formula, engagement rate 85% and then bounce rate will be equals 15%, for example. Okay, going to next. As this example of how working Google Analytics bounce rate in the Google Analytics Universal. If you're going to next page, you can see some bounce rate metrics 0%. Okay, going to how to difference between CRO and UX. A lot of people thinking about the same or different terms. And well-discussed subject in the digital industries, but what exactly is CRO and UX? Okay, before I show you wonderful examples of people's behavior in everyday life, you can see this first images to bin. Okay, I have my one question. Which bin do you think is thrown away most often? For example, this first bin and the second bin. Okay, I'm waiting a few seconds. My coffee.
Is it the second bin?
Second bin, yes. Okay, yes, true. Why if the second bin? And it's very simple, because the first bin has the extra step. It's this button. Okay, going to second image. The second image show us the call to action is very important. I was unclear how the door was opening forward or backward. The fourth volunteer and at the conference 3 years ago, I take this photo in the conference. Is this broad right call to action. It is two examples how people behave in the everyday life. Okay, going to understanding what is different between CRO and UX. CRO stands for conversion rate optimization. I think you know about it. Okay, and it's a process of increasing the percentage of visitors to website that conversion into customers. UX stands for user experience and focuses on a deeper understanding of what users need, why they value, their abilities, and maybe what you find appropriate information on your website, how to interact with your pages, one pages, second pages, and how to going to from first page and to last page, for example, success page or thank you. Okay, some situations are not a problem in the UX, but a problem in traffic channel. It's a result. It's not to target audience come your website. I think about UX or CRO doesn't help you understanding what done your potential customers. Okay, going to next. Maybe if you doesn't work with digital marketing, or you maybe find new opportunities. I think about you see if some the different option for job titles. I think in most cases it depends on the responsibilities and what the recruiter will call this your future title maybe. And what do you need known, and what do you need understanding how this working? What do you do on your new position in company? To be an effective CRO specialist, you really need know and understand how it works, and it is very good if you understand how traffic channels working, how your visitors come to website and how to do this on the website. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to make the right decision and set priorities. Yes, you need to understand and tools. First tools as Google Analytics, next as to Google Tag Manager. I looked at some open vacancies, some of them much, but depending on the niche type of business and requirement may offer, you need to doing some and help your companies, your boss CEO improving business, improving conversion rate. If you see conversion rate, for example, 1%, you need to increasing, for example, 0.1%. And you need to understand type of the website and have difference between this website. And the conversion funnel can vary significantly. Also, the design may have many different elements, are not similar absent on the other website. For example, an online clothing store will have a choice of size and color, and an online store for auto parts will not have this filter and choosing color or size in the product card, but will have a different category structure or product filter and structure for photos, structure for another information, how your potential customer choosing this product. Okay, yes, you need to understand how the difference between types and niches your business, and will also be very valuable to understand the niches, because it gives information and an idea of what user expect on the site and what they need to find on the site. For example, for two types of the website, slicer for home and slicer for the restaurant. You need to launch, or your team launches campaign in Google pay-per-click, Google Ads pay-per-click, or SEO launch. It's different keywords. And Italian furniture is an expensive brand, and furniture up to 100 USD. It's different. You need to understand why it is different. Okay, this is next. I love this question. This is next question. What do you think about how much cost this shoes? I'm waiting a few seconds.
$20.
$20, Colin. Yes.
40?
40.
Yeah.
No. Yes, look like second-hand this shoes. It's not good high quality images. It is very important at high quality image your online store product card, This is shoes can cost more than $300 because it's this brand. I don't remember exactly, maybe Bogner, for approximately $300 this cost shoes. Okay, it is, yes, it is very important. Heat maps, going to next, and heat maps, yes, it is a quickly step how you can understanding how you set up and visually or intuitively understanding how user behavior on your website. Before, you need to install, for example, Plari tracking code, and then to collect data for user behavior on the website. Next, you need to analyze heat maps. Is this main and easiest task is to help find item that click and do not clicks element. Next, you decide which item will be important to click and vice versa. Users often think that item cannot be clicked, or the call to action you need to change. And it's very important before to build hypothesis and confirm this with other reports. Other reports is a scroll, cursor behavior, e-commerce, and e-commerce tracking, how to impact the before buying, and where click your customers who purchase or going to macro conversion thank you page, and see and watch video session, find the appropriate information and events how user behavior on the website. Going to some example dynamically heat maps, they show you how user behavior, how user interact some item, and how user use dynamically element. It is not standard, for example, filter on the e-commerce website. You need to understand and see how user interact. If you find some mistakes and user doesn't use this element, you need to build some hypothesis. For example, add the call to action and change or move to above, or delete if user doesn't matter for your business, for your website. And cool information for you and tell you how user using this element, how this element impact on the sales. If you don't find some element and user doesn't click this element, I think about you can some changes this element. It's an example of how you can quickly full page screen capture and add feedback, comments, and discussion your employees or colleagues or going to agency team. And this quickly, if you find or all can see whole page, and is quickly understanding where user use and how going to deep in this height of the page, and etc. Today is you can hardly find the site is not mobile friendly, but the UX, the checking the UX site on the mobile device, it's very important. I show you some example next slides. We must remember there is this very little space on the mobile, and so this place must be used correctly. For example, have text don't visible full, and how images don't cool visible, and how this some image don't see, and very little text on these images, and how to create the task for front-end developer and improving or designer before, and appropriate going to put this image to the page. And however, this is fairly common mistakes when you use it on the hover mobile phone. Remember, the mobile phone does not have a cursor, so this hover is not possible. As a result, you don't see, and I can see some elements on the side. It's not visible. As information about name this product. Yes, of course, it is often this some mistakes doesn't work. Maybe link button, etc. It's a cool example how you can quickly find some unnecessary step in the conversion funnel. I found this product on Google search, and I followed the link them, and I going to open me front page, home page, and I see if I must to choose some country. Okay, not problem. Okay, I choose this country, and as a result, I should be automatically redirected to the desired product. But this didn't happen. Why? Most likely, if your potential customers will be embarrassed and leave your website. Okay, I continue to test. I did exactly the same an analysis option. I followed the link. In this. I found this article with this curtain product, but I have already chosen country. Why? Okay, I'm going to next. I often open the site page in the new browser tab, and what happened? I again asked it to the choose country, and then I moved into the category, and I wanted to return to the main page, and of course again fell into the trap of country. Why? This sequence of action in Google Analytics is very difficult to analyze. That's based on video session, and it's really simple. As some tips, what do you going to learn, and what do you understand? It's most important for you, and if your dream be cool and expert. This is Nielsen and Norman Group, world leaders and researcher based user experience. You could find shorts video on YouTube. And CXL, they're used to be more cursors and articles about conversion. Now you can find a lot of interesting things about digital marketing. And you remember, but without practice, theory is worth little. As it's our data, we analyzed a large amount of data and found some pattern. You can see how the click are distributed from the first to the fifth. Of course, most click are on the first screen. So the first 20% of the screen is very important. The same can be observed if divided by devices, but of course, there are situations when the user is ready to scroll down and look for necessary information already known where this information is. As for the mouse cursor movement, here is slightly different picture. Possible on large screens, 24 inches, the user can really scroll. Just move the mouse of the button of the screen. And we have prepared some two links for you, and we'll be find many interesting ideas for usability analysis. It is first. And second, UX game. Also, try this game. I think you will be surprised how this game will rate you. Okay, this is quickly journey about what do you be if a successful CRO specialist. Thank you for your time. I hope this information will help you optimize your website maybe and find appropriate anomalies, improve conversion. Thank you. I'm waiting your question.
Andrew, thank you for great presentation. I have some questions that our students already prepared. The first one is CRO specialist lucrative? Is it profitable? How much you can earn? Of course, it's a question about money. What do you think?
I think about average salary in US, for example, of 70, 80 K dollars per year.
70,
of course,
80. Okay.
If you start as you're a junior, it's less.
Yeah, sure. We have another question. What will change with shift from Universal Analytics to GA4? For example, there will not be a bounce rate. What other big challenges will be in CRO expert life when Universal Analytics will die?
I think about this. You have 2 years maybe change of Universal Analytics and going to for Analytics. It's a different metrics. Maybe some unique you find in Google Analytics 4 metrics, and you need to going to maybe course.
Okay. The next question are, what are the main challenges in work of CRO expert?
Interesting. This is challenge. Don't listen your heart. And
proof it with digits.
Yes, and listen only count and percent and understanding how this matrix read. And before you need to, of course, is so important, you need to write for view and hypothesis, building hypothesis, right hypothesis. It is if you haven't this hypothesis, I've an idea how to want improve on your website, and going to understanding how user behavior on your website. I think about it's all difficult. You need to thinking how user behavior.
Great. Andrew, thank you. And one more question from me. I really love you too. I love Clarity. We use it in our agency work in Web Promo Experts. What about new features? What are new features planned in Clarity this year?
Today we're thinking about new product A/B testing. Only thinking, and I've see in our backlog. And a few days, no, 1 month ago, we launched some new product about pop-up form. You can add your video for approximately 30 seconds, and you will using this video for intro about your, for example, a webinar, book a demo, and etc.
Great, thank you. Andrew, I don't think more questions. I think that they can be after the video will be published in our newsletter. So we can come back to video maybe in a few days and answer these questions in comments.
Sure.
Thank you that you visited us. I was happy to have you on air. If it will be some other interesting tips you want to share with us, your presentation was really helpful and the additional materials will help our students learn more about CRO, start their CRO career,
Cool.
and be a more successful CRO specialist. Thank you and have a nice day, guys. We are waiting. We will have also webinar with Danielle Schneider this month. Danielle will tell how to be a really successful email marketing specialist. And we start launching our digital start day. This online conference will help you to learn more about all job offers that we have in digital marketing, how to be digital marketing specialist, social media specialist, SEO, etc. And it will be in June. Wait for more announcements. We will send you details in our newsletters and see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.